we decided to hit the All Progressive Congress where they didn't expect. Evidence.Datti Ahmed, the Labour Party vice presidential candidate, has come out to talk about the petition to the Presidential Electoral Tribunal on the case at hand concerning the presidential election that was held on February 25th. The firework has just begun. The music is starting. But I believe many do not understand or know the weight of this case based on what they are asking for. They are not even talking about the rigging. They are not talking about what they are asking for. Is Tinubu eligible to contest based on the cases they mentioned? If there is no fit that the election should be totally cancelled, and that Obi should be declared the winner, and if there's going to be another election, Tinubu should not be allowed to contest himself as vice presidential candidate. Well, amid the ongoing public uproar that has greeted the content of the petition filed by Peter Gregory Obi against the flag bearer of the All Progressive Congress, APC, and President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Senator Yusuf Datti Baba Ahmed, has come out to explain why his principal chose a strategy that nobody expected. Recall that on Tuesday, the content of Obi's petition filed against Tinubu at the election tribunal sitting in Abuja showed online, and quite interestingly, the former Anambra State governor cited Tinubu's alleged forfeiture of the sum of $460,000 in a drug-related case in the United States several years ago as one of the grounds for his disqualification and annulment of February's election. Speaking during an Arise TV with Charles Anagolo, Datti revealed that the Labour Party decided to employ tactics that were different from what the All Progressive Congress was expecting to teach them a lesson. We hit them where they didn't expect. We didn't ask them to rig the elections. In fact, we have been very kind to these people. We have been very, very gentle with them. Obi and I can account for all our political opponents, ask the other elected persons to account for their opponents. Ngige is alive. In my case, all the opponents I have faced, despite like people like McCarthy, all are alive. But the other elected persons cannot tell you. In Lagos and Borno, these people cannot account for all their opponents, and that is why we are being careful. Well, politics is a very funny game, and sometimes when politicians throw things up, you begin to wonder. But one thing I know is that the court will not listen to emotions. The court will only take and look at the evidence before them. All these opponents that they are talking about, I'm sure they all have the evidence to prove that the people they are going to court, the matter they are going to court for, they have all the proofs and evidence to show that yes, court will not listen to hearsay. Rather, what they want to see, it is evidence. They don't look at your face, they don't look at your name. Once you can prove your case beyond reasonable doubt, and you have all the backings, all the proofs, definitely the court will give the right judgment. Well, we are talking about dangers there. Let us also not forget that a gentleman somewhere forfeited $460,000 in order not to go to prison. And now he is a president-elect after assaulting the Nigerian Constitution. As I said, we will hit them where they never expected, because we have never thought that they will behave in the way they did. Well, I think this matter should have come even before the election. If it's not fit to contest, was it raised before the election, or what happened? If the matter was not there, I'm sure the court may not listen to this. Well, don't let me preempt anything. I am not a lawyer, but I know whatever they should be asking for should be about the election, not something outside. If they want to introduce something outside the election, maybe they should take it side by side, talk about this issue that they have just raised, about his eligibility to contest the election, and they can raise talk issue about the election separately. Maybe the two can go together. Otherwise, if they are lumping up things, you will be surprised that the court will begin to separate things. What are you asking for? This one should have come before the election. There's nothing that will happen concerning this election about this is eligibility. If he contested as governor in this country, he has contested as senator in this country, and now he contested the election, the last election in February 25th, and is today the president-elect, and they are coming up about his antecedents, about things that he has done in the past that is not related to this election. Those are matters that should have come before the election. Well, like I said, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know anything about court. I don't know anything about law. But I know the court will only listen. It is election tribunal sitting on the 2023 election that we just held, both the presidential and the governorship. Whatever petition that they are going to raise, it must be about the election. Well, what is your take? Kindly make it known as you subscribe to my channel. See you again.